guys, in this video I'll be showing you how to make one of my best sellers, golden chocolate soap cupcakes. I first start by cutting clear melt and pour soap into cubes, melting them and then pouring them into my chocolate embed mold. I also spray the mold with rubbing alcohol before and after pouring to ensure there are no bubbles on the embeds once they're dry. You can also spray your melted soap with rubbing alcohol after you add your mica to help mix the mica with the soap better. Make sure you don't overheat the melt and pour soap, because if you do, you'll find that the soap embeds will sweat once they're placed on top of the cupcakes. Once they're fully firm, take them out of the mold and place them to the side. Hey guys. Here are all my oils, fragrance oil, and mica colorants I use for both the cupcake base and the frosting. I measure my lye with the water and place it to the side. I also measure and melt all my oils and place them to the side until the lye water and oils are within 10 degrees of each other, usually with the lye water being cooler than the oils. At this point, I slowly pour my cooled lye water into my cooled oils for the cupcake base and mix until it reaches a very light trace. You want to make sure not to overmix at this point. I also forgot to mention you want to add your sodium lactate to your lye water once it has completely cooled. I'm now splitting my mixture up into two separate mixing bowls so that I can add my two mica colorants and fragrance oil. The fragrance oil I'm using is Kickin' Cocoa from Nature's Garden, and you'll notice how I didn't add my fragrance oil to the gold colorant. This is because this particular fragrance oil I'm using discolors to a very dark brown color, so I only added it to the brown mixture. Make sure to check all reviews and see if the fragrance oil discolors or accelerates before using it. This fragrance oil also moves very slow, which allows me enough time to work with it and do designs with. Now I'm pouring my base mixture into the cupcake molds. I got these molds off Amazon for a pretty decent price, and depending on how much I fill the molds, I can usually get between 9 to 12 cupcakes. I'm now adding the frosting to the top of the cupcakes. I didn't get to record myself adding colors and fragrance oil to the frosting mixture, but I again mixed everything in two separate containers using titanium dioxide and brown mica, and I again only added fragrance oil to the brown colorant. I used Kaolin Clay again, but did not use any sodium lactate for the frosting. I usually don't use sodium lactate for any of my frosting just because you really don't need to because it's such a small amount. Also, make sure your frosting is nice and firm before adding it on top of your cupcakes. Right here I'm adding my cute chocolate embeds. I apologize that some of it got cut off during recording. caramel drizzle to give the cupcakes a more realistic look. To make the drizzle, I just mixed gold mica with the lightweight oil like avocado oil or sweet almond oil. I'm now adding my gold glitter that I got from Mad Micas. Cupcakes once I'm done with everything. I let them sit for about 24 hours and then unmold them and let them cure for 4 weeks. Here they are once they're unmolded. These make great novelty gifts and party favors, and like I mentioned before, these are one of my best sellers, especially for wholesale orders. You can find these and other unique bath products on my website.